of your skin. I feel the touch of your hand. Love you with all of my heart.
Hello everybody, welcome back to my YouTube channel, or if it's your first time here, hi, my name is Missa, and today, or kind of throughout this week, we are focusing on Drugstore because I've been testing too much expensive makeup recently. It makes me feel a bit sick because I can't afford expensive makeup, like, at all right now. So it's like, ugh. So in today's video, I'm going to be talking you through all of my favourite drugstore makeup that I have in my collection. I just did a huge declutter a few weeks ago where I got rid of like 50% of my makeup collection. All of this obviously stayed, it made the cut, it is amazing, and I'm going to tell you about it. None of it is Makeup Revolution or sister brands, because if you missed Sunday's video, I will link it somewhere up here. That was Makeup Revolution, just purely focused. So I want to go now through all the other brands that I have. Also, I'm filming 2 videos today, so if you see me looking exactly the same in my next video, that's why. I am striking while the iron is hot and filming. So yeah, let's jump into it. I'm not going to fanny around. I'm going to start off obviously on the base. Am I? Yes. Am I? Yes. So if you know me at all, you know I think primers are a scam and they don't do anything. However, I've been testing this one now for months and oh, it's bomb. It's so good. It's so good. It is the e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer. Obviously, all the hyper and Jeffree Star using it put me onto it, and I think he liked it for very good reason. Mine is like pretty eaten into. I made a good decent sized chunk out of that, and if you look at the rest of my primer collection, a lot of them are untouched or used once. This one is just definitely smooths your pores, and it makes 99.9% of foundations that I put on top of it look better. This goes incredibly well if you've got this and you've got the ABH foundation. This goes so beautifully under that. It goes beautifully under my Makeup Revolution matte base, which is my favourite cheapest drugstore foundation. It goes beautifully under the foundations that I'm going to talk about today. It is everything. It's £8, so it's not super cheap, and a lot of the makeup in here whilst being drugstore isn't super cheap, just so you know as well. It's just fabulous, and I honestly recommend this so highly, especially if you're someone like me that thinks that primer doesn't really do much. I genuinely have noticed a huge difference when I use this primer, and I'm very glad I've got it. I've got 2 foundations here. I'll start off with the cheapest one. So this is the Catrice HD Liquid Coverage. I thought I was going to hate this, to be honest. I didn't really know much about the brand. I bought it off Just My Look. I think that's the only place in the UK you can get it. I think this is a European brand. This is, I would say, medium to full coverage. Very liquidy. It's got one of those pipettes, which I don't know, I always find them quite fun. You get 30 mils in here. My shade, if you're wondering, is 010 Light Beige. This matches me perfectly. Probably one of my best matching foundations on my skin tone, so if you're similar to me, this is the one you should buy. It's about £6 or £7. Just My Look, again, is where you get it. I will link everything down below. Use my links, I get commission. It says mattifying on it. I would say it's got more of a natural kind of satiny skin finish on it. I powder it down. You could get away with not powdering it down. It says lasts up to 24 hours. Haven't tested that claim because I'm not crazy, but it does last a really long time. I've worn this to like special occasions, nights out, trips out with the girls, days out with Hamish. It's the only foundation I took with me when I went away for his birthday last year. It is so good. I can't talk highly about this enough, and if you are looking for a really nice solid medium coverage foundation, I can't recommend this enough. And then the next one will come as no surprise. It is Maybelline Superstay. This is full coverage, like bulletproof coverage, very matte. You don't even really have to set this. This is £10, so for me that is not cheap. But considering I have 4 bottles, that shows you how much I love this. I adore this foundation. It's just, I am a cake face. I love the cake in my tummy and on my face, and this delivers everything I want from it. Before I got my Botox, I did notice it would kind of settle into my fine lines in my forehead. That's no longer an issue, so this is just like, all my foundations now look better on me, which is great, but this is everything. Like, you don't need to buy Huda, you don't need to buy, what other expensive ones are full coverage, any expensive full coverage ones. Try this, honestly try it if you love cake face. Obviously you can use less than I do, which is like 10 pumps, or mix it with moisturizer if you want to shear it down, but full coverage, Drugstore foundation, Maybelline Superstay. Seconded by Catrice Liquid HD. Just trust me. I want you to just take my word for it, okay? Moving on to concealer, there is now only one concealer that I A, carve my brows out with, and B, use as an eyeshadow base. I don't use like P. Louise base or anything. It just doesn't really suit me. Either does the ABH one. The formula doesn't go nice on my really creasy and hooded eyes. Revlon Candid Concealer to the rescue. This would be probably my favourite concealer in my collection if it was full coverage, but I would say it's light to medium coverage. Not light, probably medium coverage, but like a low medium. It's perfect as an eyeshadow base if you've maybe got more mature skin with lines around your eyes, if you've got kind of just creasy eyelids, and if you've got hooded eyes, because this doesn't crease, it does, but the very slightest amount. This is a miracle. I think this is about £6 or £7, so again, not super cheap. Not super cheap or not super cheap. But again, more mature skin or creasy hooded eyes, really good as a base. And if you're someone that doesn't want cake face concealer, then give this a go as your actual under eye concealer. But again, for me, it's just not full coverage enough. And then moving on up, Coty Airspun is my favourite powder. Loose or pressed, this is my favourite. This is £11 on Amazon if you're in the UK. I don't think it's in any other shops. You get 65 grams of product in here, which is minimum three times the amount of most other powders. I use it in translucent. There's a few different shades of this on Amazon. This is great again, not that I have super mature, but if you have mature skin, if you have lines around your eyes, if you struggle to powder because powder just makes you look really dry and crepey, try this. I've had so many women message me or comment or DM and say that since trying this powder, they've been able to start using powder again and they're really happy about that. So if you are more mature, give this one a shot. You're not going to lose out on a lot of money if you don't like it, but if you do like it, then it could probably change the game for you. I mean, I don't really have lines around my eyes, but I can notice powder's looking quite dry on me, so this doesn't do that. So if you do have younger skin, this is still going to be perfect for you, or if you have more mature skin. The downfall on this for me is that it smells very floral. It is a very strong smell. It's a smell that does linger on your powder brush, but if you can get past the smell, the product is incredible, and for the amount you get in it for the price, it's a really good deal, and it just makes your skin look beautiful. I've never put it on and thought, oh, my skin looks powdery, or oh, my skin looks dry. It always looks good. This is as good as any powder that I've spent £40 on. Trust me on that. Again, just take my word for it. No need to do research. Moving on to setting sprays, because once you powder your face, you want to put your setting spray on. I discovered this a few months ago now. This is the L'Oreal Shake and Glow Spray. This is an illuminating spray, so it gives you a little bit of a glow. It has such a lovely mister on it that it's such a pleasure to put on. The only problem, my bottle's definitely a little defective, and when I'm spraying on my face it's fine, but at the same time I do get like big globs of it falling onto my lap, but I don't get globs on my face, which is the important part. You can use this as like a primer before you put your makeup on, use it as a spray to soak up powder, use it as a spray to give you a beautiful glow. I didn't actually use this one today, but I think, I know, this is the best setting spray I've ever tried from the drugstore. It is, again, not mega cheap. It's not like a $5. I wish I would have like 4. But if you've always wanted to try, or you really enjoyed using the Glam Glow Glow Setter Spray, which is my favourite high-end one, but you don't want to spend that money on it, try this. This is a great alternative to that. It's not quite as beautiful, but it is so close to being as perfect as the Glam Glow one that I think if you love setting spray and you love glowy setting spray, you will be hugely impressed by this. Trust me. And because I love dewy setting sprays, I have to recommend this one. This is the Milani Make It Dewy. Very dewy. This is the dewiest spray I've got, to the point of almost being slightly oily. It doesn't veer into being oily. It's not scary to use. You won't put it on and your makeup will slide off your face. But if you want dewiness, this is your man or your woman. I am going to use the word that I've banned myself from using because I say it too much. This is truly incredible. It's too expensive, but it's a lot cheaper than like my Glam Glow and my MAC and things like that. So I do think if you're wanting to splash out a tiny bit more on a setting spray, Milani Make It Dewy. And equally, if you are an oily person, if your makeup just slides off, if you are going to the south of France for 2 weeks in 40-degree weather, you are going to want the sister, which is Make It Last from Milani. This genuinely kept my makeup on in Provence. I wore it every single day that I wore makeup. I didn't wear makeup every day. And this kept my makeup on. I went in the pool and came out of the pool and my base still looked perfect. My mascara looked like crap, but this looked like my base looked perfect. This is like super glue. This is what the Huda one is, except it doesn't smell awful like the Huda one does, and it's quite a bit cheaper. So that is great if you're oily or you want your makeup to last a ridiculously long time. Moving on to contour, this little baby needs no introduction. This is my Sleek contour face contour kit. This is in light. You do get a highlighter, which I don't use ever. I don't like it. It's not that I don't like it, I just don't use it. This contour shade is absolute perfection. If you have pale skin like me, you can probably see today I am pretty pale. This contour shade, I've hit pan on it. I don't hit pan on products, hardly ever, because I've got so many and I rotate them so much. But when I hit pan on something, or when I finish up a bottle of something, you can tell I really like it. Also, these are repeats. I have gone through a bottle of each because you don't actually get that much in it. You get 60 mils, so they're quite small. I have a backup of this in a larger palette. This is, I can contour my nose with this. It is that good. You can go very gentle, contour your nose. You can go a bit stronger, get very strong cheekbone going on. I'm wearing it today. It is beautiful. It is everything I want in a contour when you have pale skin. However, if you have deeper skin, they have deeper ones, don't worry. Blends like a dream. It is just the right amount of pigmentation, and if you're like me, cake face, you can build it up and make it stronger. I've gone for a fairly strong contour today. This is so easy to recommend because again, like all of the products I'm going to talk about, I use them so much in my videos that they're probably not going to come as that much of a shock to you. Then for bronzer, I've got one that's a bit more expensive and two that are very inexpensive. So my more expensive one is the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer, and I'm just able to recommend this so much more easily now because they are sold on Look Fantastic, possibly Boots now, I can't remember. This is $12.99 on Look Fantastic anyway. I'm wearing it today. This is in the shade, light bronzer. Great on pale skin. Look at it. Oh, it's just perfect. This, I actually got this on Amazon for £25 before they came to the UK. I got this like last year. It's a dream. I actually quite like the smell. It's just kind of like artificial coconut, like baby powder coconut. But when I open up my bronzer jar, my whole bronzer jar smells of coconut, which is quite pleasant. If you hate the smell of coconut, you're probably not going to want this because again, it is the smell that like lasts and lingers on your brush. But it doesn't, you can't smell it once it's on your face. Just same with the Coty Airspun powder. It is pigmented, it is blendable, it is perfect. I don't need to say anything more than it is a perfect bronzer. If you've been thinking about it, you can now take the plunge for half the price because they're sold on some UK stores, whereas before they weren't. So I got shafted. The two really cheap ones. The first one is MUA Bronzed. The two that I'm going to speak about are equal footing in my collection. This is £3. This is in the shade 100. This comes in a variety of shades. This is the palest one. Beautiful bronzer. It's just beautiful. It's £3 and it truly is blendable, pigmented, very soft, very smooth, easy to use, foolproof. It's just as good as the Makeup Revolution ones that I recommended in that video. And the other one is even cheaper. This is the Natural Collection Bronze. I've got mine in the shade Golden Glow, which is a really good shade for me. It looks a pinch dark, probably, from there, but once it's on my skin, it's just perfect. I used this in a first impressions and I was blown away by how good it was, and I still use it all the time and recommend it to so many people. I think it's £1.99. What? And it is truly magnificent. Like everything I've said about these two, it's the same. Pigmented, blendable, perfect. For that price, how could you go wrong? Do you know what I mean? How could you go wrong? £1.99. For blush, I've got one that is a firm favourite, an old favourite, and this is again one of those like YouTuber beauty guru classics. This is Milani Luminoso, but these blushes are the baked powder blushes. I've got two of them. I've got Dolce Pink and this one. Luminoso is still my favourite. I love a blush that has a glow to it, and you know that there's a few from that are high end that I adore and use all the time, like NARS or Natasha Denona. This is my drugstore go-to, apart from the next one I'm going to talk about. I just love sheeny, shiny, beautiful products. This just delivers. I actually don't know how I haven't hit pan on this because I've used this a lot. This is a really lovely peach. And there's a reason YouTubers for years have spoken about this and still speak about it to this day, like, what, 5-6 years later? It's that good. It's too expensive for a drugstore, but I need to stop saying that. Just realise when I talk about an expensive drugstore product inside, I'm still like, what the actual, you know, because it's too expensive, but it is beautiful. This one is cheaper and I would say more beautiful. However, I've been testing it for a lot longer. I've been testing this for a lot shorter amount of time. Is that English? This is the NYX Sweet Cheeks blushes. This is the shade that I've got. This is Rose and Play. I also have it in Summer Breeze. Yeah, this was really kindly sent to me by Mirren, who is a subscriber on Patreon. This is a little bit darker and more peach. I haven't actually used that one yet because it's broken and I need to re-squash it in. But if you want a blush that is just as glowy as Natasha Denona or NARS, those dual intensity ones, get this. I think it's about £6 or £7. Look at the sheen on that. They're like £6 or £7. They are fantastic. They are more glowy than the Milani ones. So some people might not like how glowy they are. I do. I think they're perfect. There's nothing in the world wrong with this at all. So that's me blushes. What do you do after blush? After blush we highlight. I admittedly don't really have drugstore favourite highlighters. I have the Makeup Obsession ones, but I mentioned them in my Makeup Revolution video. So when I was looking through my collection, I was like, what one would I hate if it went missing, or if it broke, what one would I replace? And it has to be the Wet n Wild one. This is in Blossom Glow, and these are what, £3, £3.50, something like that. I've hit pan on it. I've hit pan on it, and I don't hit pan on things. This is one of the most blinding highlighters I have in my collection. I prefer this over any of my Ofra ones because Ofra's always give me a cast. This does not. I have used it in many videos. I have used it in many Insta tutorials. I love this highlighter with all of my being, and I love it more because it is so cheap. You can buy like 10 of these for the price of an Ofra highlighter. There is only really annoyingly like 2 or 3 shades on Beauty Bay, and that's the only place. Oh, or Boots. No, it's on Boots as well, same shades, which is really annoying. I think Americans have a better selection of colours, but there we are. This one's great if you're pale, and then the other one, Petal something, is great if you've got more medium skin. I don't know if they've got one for deeper skin on Beauty Bay or not, but if you are fair, Blossom Glow is perfection. Thank me later. It's perfect. Wow, it didn't make a click when it shut. That's annoying. So we'll move on to pretty sparkly things. The first things, these are all for your eyes, and the first ones I want to recommend are the Barry M holographic eyeshadow toppers. I can't say enough good things about these. These are just the most beautiful things, some of the most beautiful things I've ever put on my eyes in the history of my life. They are holographic eyeshadow toppers, so they're like the Stila shimmer and glows. 2 of mine are very close to running out, and I don't want them to. The blue one is gorgeous. This is called Asteroid, this one here. This one's really running out. The green one's Supernova, and then I've also got Stardust. This one is definitely running out. Oh, I don't think I'll get anything out of this. You're not going to see a good representation of this because it's completely run out. This is purple. This one is Stardust. These are $4.99. They are very small. You only get, how much product you get? Doesn't even tell me on it, but use these in a lot of videos, use these in a lot of photos. They are, don't buy Stila, buy these if you like the colours. There are 4 colours. I've only ever tried 3 of them because the 4th one I feel like looks too similar to these, but honestly, probably the most beautiful thing I've ever put on my eye. I use them as often as I can, as much as I can. They are beautiful. Don't hesitate on buying these. And there's another liquid one which is by BH Cosmetics. So this is more expensive. This is £7. This one is in the shade Gnarly, which is this most gorgeous like aquamarine. It's like tealy aquamarine with hints of gold in it. It's very, very reflective. I love using this. £7. I've also got the purple one. I'm pretty sure I've got the purple one as well. And they are, it's almost as beautiful as Barry M, but Barry M shifts a few different ways. They're like duo to multi-chromes, whereas these are very much kind of not quite as special, although some of them are duochromes. They just, I find that this one, the BH dries out faster than these do, even though you get more product in here, and I've used this less than I've used these, but all of them are beautiful. And if you are like me and you love glittery, sparkly, metallic eyes, don't look at my eye makeup today, it is trash, then you need these. You need these in your life and you need to buy them. Probably Barry M holographic eyeshadow toppers are probably the favourite thing I'm going to speak about today. And it's tough because all of these are favourites, but just for how beautiful these are probably my favourite out of everything. And again, if you're like me and you love glittery sparkly eyes, I'm getting such a lisp because I'm talking an awful lot today because I'm filming 2 videos. I love the Urban Decay Heavy Metal Glitter Liners. Distortion is my favourite. If you're regular around here, you'll know that because I use it all the time. However, they're a little expensive. But the collection Glam Crystals are not. These are very, very cheap. I have these in, I think, every single shade that they do, and I have got multiples of some of them. They're just heavenly. These are as good as the Heavy Metal Glitter Liners. The only difference is, and the only reason I prefer the Heavy Metal Liners, is that the wand on these is not as precise. If not, the wand size is pretty good for putting it all over your eyelid because it's not tiny, but it's not huge. You probably can't even see it from there. But they've got the most beautiful colours. This one here called Le Freak number 5, stunning. And if you want one that's really, really special, I think really good for Christmas parties, is number 15, Dig It. It's a black with gold reflex in it. I should probably show you that one up closer because from far away you can't really tell. It is the most beautiful thing. Probably one of the most beautiful glitters in my whole collection. These are so cheap. They're $2.99, I think, if not cheaper. They are very special and I will always have collection glam crystals in my collection. So if you're itching to spend some money on some glitter liners, try these before you splurge on the Heavy Metal liners by Urban Decay because you will just save a lot of money. As much as I love the Urban Decay ones, I don't like spending money because I'm a stingy Scottish person, so buy them. And a very quick shout out if you are someone that likes a black inner waterline eye pencil, the Barry M Bold Waterproof Eyeliner and the Milani Stay Put eyeliners. These are gonna survive if the world ends and you're stuck in an apocalyptic situation. These are fantastic. The Milani is way more expensive than the Barry M, but both are equally as good, so probably get the Barry M one because it's way cheaper, but if you can't, get the Milani. Always sold out because I think just because they're so good. They are so black. This one is really blunt as well. I was gonna say so blunt, but I want to stop saying that. This one's actually a slate color. This is, what's it called? Stay with Slate, so it doesn't look as black because it's not, because it's grey, but the black one's really good. Mine is just only like this size because I've used it so much. But considering I barely use black inner waterline eyeliner, why can't I speak? The fact that I've used so much this Barry M one speaks volumes for it. So great, and I know a lot of you say, what black eyeliner actually stays on in your waterline and doesn't like come off throughout the day and run down here? These two, I will bet you £1,000,000 they won't come off. So my favorite drugstore palette is the Soft Nails Extra Spice, but I've got 3 others that I'm going to quickly talk about. This one I've spoken about a lot on my channel. This is the Lottie London Tweely Living My Best Life palette. This is a more neutral palette, as you can see, but it does have some like fun pops of colour. I almost spoke in an American accent there. The metallics in here are gorgina. Are they not? Are they not? Are they not? Are they not? This is a great Christmas palette actually. Like the green, it is gorgeous. The blue is gorgeous. This red even is gorgeous. This one is gorgeous. They're all gorgeous. The mattes also blend like a dream. They blend like a high-end palette. This is the closest thing in drugstore, or the closest thing that I've got on a budget to my Dose of Colours Friendcation palette. The metallics aren't as beautiful. You need to use them wet. You need to kind of layer them up a bit, but the mattes are second to none in my collection in this price. This is like £7. I can't talk good enough about this. I've used this a lot on my channel. Again, things that I speak about a lot, so if you're a regular you're probably quite bored of seeing all of these things, but I would rather recommend and use things I actually do use a lot than just be like, oh look at this, I've used it once but it's a favourite. You know what I mean? This is things I actually do love and enjoy and appreciate. And then the next two are horrifyingly expensive considering they're drugstore, but I have to mention them. I have to, because in fact it's Morphe drugstore. I'll slip that in after this one. This one definitely is. So I remember when this palette launched and everyone went bananas at the price of it because it's NYX. And how can they sell a palette for £35 when they're drugstore? Because that is not a drugstore price point for anything. So this palette has 40 eyeshadows in it. It's quite muted. It's quite neutral. It's not really a Melissa palette, is it? You'd be wrong. I keep reaching for this. I'm using it today. I used it in Sunday's video. I was using it all of that week. I love this palette so much. I love it so much that I wanted the other one, the Dreamer something one, whatever it's called, and my brother bought it for me, which is so cute. I was gonna say kind and cute at the same time, so I still need to do a look with that. but I'm hoping I love it just as much as this. I'm just trying to swatch a few for you. It has such beautiful matte shades. Look at that blue. Look at that khaki green. It's thick. These are pigmented. These blend. There is nothing I can say that is wrong with this palette, except you really do need to wet the metallics because they perform so much better. Not just like any other shadow that's metallic performs better. Like, you really do need to wet these metallics to make them more beautiful. But apart from that, it's one of my now, in the recent months, most used palettes. I don't really use it a lot on my channel because there's a huge part of me that's like, it's £35, like it's really expensive, and I do struggle sometimes with recommending expensive makeup because I'm like, I feel bad because I'm not in a position to buy it, and I know a lot of you guys aren't. But if I truly believe in something, I should at least tell you about it so that if you do have the means, then you can buy it if you want to. So I mean, this green roll here is everything. These are the kind of greens I like, the murky, boggy greens. Beautiful. This like pink roll is spectacular. This palette is fabulous. I mean, this shade down here is so gorgeous. Look at it. So yeah, whilst I agree £35 is a lot for a drugstore eyeshadow palette, it's 40 shades. I love them all so much. I don't love every single shade, but in terms of quality I do. And do I think it's worth the money? Yes, especially if you don't have a large collection, and it is superior to this. It is superior to the Soft as Nails formula. It is superior to those. So it's right that it should be more expensive. But yeah, I'm going to stop banging on about it. I'm sure you get the gist. I think it is spectacular. The other one is Morphe, like I said. This is £34, so actually it's cheaper than the NYX. But you do get one less shade. So this is the 39A. 39S, sorry. You're probably like, Melissa, where's the colour in your eyeshadow loves here? Here it is. Purples and pinks are my favourite eyeshadows to wear, and this palette delivers. This is the best formula Morphe has come out with. It is stunning. This middle row here are all like wet, squishy shades that are like toppers with some glitter in them. Let me give you a swatch of some shades. You can do like the most deep, dark, dramatic purple looks with this palette. It is, look at that pink and look at that like deep, deep burgundy, and this one here. I love it so much. It's not a palette I've been reaching for a lot recently, but that's more because I got the Norvina one obviously not that long ago, and that's very purple, so I've been using that a lot. But this is fabulous. But again, £34, or is it £39? I will hopefully have the proper price on screen. I did a first impression tutorial and swatched this. I'm pretty sure I swatched it. Or did I? I might not have swatched it all, but I definitely did a first impression video with this, and maybe another video. I'll link them so you can see them. I'll link videos down below that I think you'll be interested in. But yeah, if you've been thinking about buying this palette because you love the colours, then don't worry about the fact Morphe has a crappy name because of the affiliate marketing that they do. I hate it. I hate the marketing tactics they've gone down, which is just ramming Morphe down our throats with these certain influencers, because it does, I think it has really tainted their name, and I think their brushes and some of their palettes are fab. So this one, it's a must-have in my opinion if you love purples. It's a lot cheaper than Norvina one. There you go, buy this. The last thing I'm going to talk about is lip products, and if you know me, you know I love a pale nude, and my palest favouriteest ones are from Maybelline. So I've got 710 is a firm favourite. This is real pale and a bit more sheer. Like, I don't even know if you'll be able to see that on my skin tone. It is so pale. This is a lovely kind of satin, more shiny finish. Number 710, or it is called Sultry Sand. They've got different names and colours in each country. Or 981, Purely Nude. This is a matte finish. Where am I swatching? That is that one. It's very pale on the lips. I'll quite often ombre these both together. I love the formula. I do think if you want them to last longer, fully fill in your lips with a lip liner before and then put these on. But I couldn't possibly talk about lip products from the drugstore without mentioning these. And I only actually have one other one that I want to talk about because I'm quite picky with my lip products, and I definitely prefer high-end lip products. However, these are exactly the same as the Maybelline Super Stay Foundation. So if you need something that lasts and will not budge, will not come off, will last you during the apocalypse, is the Super Stay Matte Inks. I really want to try the crayons that they've come out with, but I refuse to spend $9.99 on the crayon version because I prefer liquid lipsticks anyway. These are, if I am going somewhere, and I know, do I have lipstick on my teeth? If I am going somewhere and I'm probably not gonna want to top up my lipstick, if I can't be bothered, if I don't want to, rude, if I don't want to take a handbag and my lipstick, if I'm going swimming and I want to wear a lipstick, if you want to do that, or the gym, perfect for the gym. If you're doing anything and you want your lipstick to last and not have to top it up, these are your man. These are $9.99 each, and the fact that I've spent £60 buying all 6 of these shows you how much I love the formula. It's a bit of a weird matte liquid lipstick formula because when you put it on, it definitely does not dry down fast. In fact, I've sat there for half an hour with this on and it is still not dry. But once it dries, it won't go anywhere. I swear, you could eat oily Chinese food and it won't come off. You could gobble up spaghetti bolognese and it won't come off. In fact, this will last longer than probably any other product I've spoken about, even the black waterliners. I need to use an oil makeup remover to get these off. They're great. They've got a lovely colour selection. These are some of mine. The only kind of, my main annoyance with them, apart from the fact that they take a long time to dry down, is the fact that they don't have a really pale nude. This looks really pale in the tube. It's not that pale on the lips. It's more like MAC Velvet Teddy than Maybelline 981. But I love them. I love the applicator. It's like a precise little, what do you call that? Triangle, oval. They've got heaps more colours. They smell nice. They last. They do what they say on the tin. They are Super Stay, and I believe in them with every inch of my being. So sitting here, I think I've covered my bases and spoken about my favourites from the categories. There's definitely other things I could include, but I don't want to just fill this up with, this is nice or this is alright. I want to have it truly as the best of the best. So that is it for me today. That is all of my picks. If you think I've missed anything out, leave it down below, because if you did watch my Makeup Revolution one, I forgot completely to talk about eyeshadows. I'm sure I've forgotten something, but from right now, this is what I can think of as my favourites. Let me know if you have tried something from the drugstore and you think I need to try it. Let me know if I've encouraged you to buy any of these products. Especially, I bet a lot of you will have bought the Barry M's, I bet. So yeah, that is it for me today. I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please do me a massive favour and give it a massive thumbs up. It helps me out more than you know. Leave me a comment like I said. I do reply to all of my comments, and subscribe because it's just the polite thing to do, and the internet is not a nice place. I of course want to say a massive thank you to my Patreons. Thank you guys so much for supporting me on Patreon as well as watching my videos. It's more support than you know. I really hope you are enjoying your Patreon only videos thus far, and this week I will be doing a haul for Patreons only. So I really hope you're looking forward to that, and if you want to become a Patreon, the link is down below in the description box, and you get early access to videos, Patreon only videos and giveaways whenever I can do them. And if you don't want to become a patron, or you can't, don't worry about it. Just watching my videos is a massive support, and I really appreciate it. And I appreciate it more if you subscribe, because about 40 to 50% of my audience regularly watch but aren't subscribed, and do you know how hurtful that is to my feelings? Anyway, I'm gonna go piss off, finish off the video that I'm also filming at the same time, and I really hope that I will catch you on the flip side. Thanks for watching.